What do you mean by that, Tig? What do you mean by that? What'd you do? Why are you touching my cloak? What have you done? Also, Ark, I got here at 9:34. I don't owe you shit. I eated it. Bitch, give it back. But yeah, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Today, should have watched Draco do her thing. Mankind knew that they could not change society, so instead, you might be disappointed. But welcome anyway. All right, fellas. The time has come. It is time for the finale.
President of Water is out goat.
We'll do that another time. Currently, we're Holy Grail War Simulator. It's the final one for Season 0. I would say, as a concept, this has been a success. It's been fun literally every single time. Is it not the beasts? Is this a juke and is actually Lobo versus Red Hair? Maybe. You know, it is kind of funny. I kind of forgot that beasts could have that connotation in Fate. Oops. Also, I don't know how to tell you this. It might be kind of hard to put Draco into one of these because she just wins. Even if her master is dog shit, Draco just kind of wins because her whole deal is that she kills servants. Anyway. Hi. Let me get some tunes going, yeah? Okay, welcome back for 33 months.
Await you.
Damn. 33 months of Goatman content. Time to start your expedition to celebrate this.
Alright, fellas. Today, we're at the finale of Holy Grail War Simulator Season 0. I would say this has been a great success, honestly, in that I think it's been fun every single time. It's been something new, something adventurous, but I think that after this one, we're going to give it a small break as I create new scenarios and maybe try and find a better way to operate this. But, you know, if you have any new ideas, we have if you're on YouTube or you just go to any of the YouTube videos, I need to put out the other ones as actual proper videos. Go underneath those and leave comments. I do read them. I do take suggestions for what comes next. There'll probably be like, I don't know, a week or two, maybe a couple weeks break on this. And then we'll be back with more bullshit. For now, though, we had one remaining of the Season 0 challenges up for debate. The aptly titled, "And So They Blamed the Beasts." We are not doing Beasts of Humanity. We are instead doing Beast Animal Characteristic Servants. Your saber is Vargas. Your archer is Adelante. Your lancer is Bishone. Your caster is Daikokuten. Your assassin is Huyanzhou. Your rider is Dobrynya. And your berserker is Kichokoyo. Please let Bargy's master be the equivalent to Goatman. Imagine. Can I be one of the masters?
That's not
Nope.
comment on how Vargas is a beast candidate.
It is a massive fucking spoiler. Why would you have Tammy say that? What is your fucking problem?
Obligatory 胡彦宙
Indeed. I think I've got to punish you for that. I think I have to. You can't be using the TTS to be dropping spoilers. Fare thee well. Or don't. I don't fucking care. Avalon the Fae was 6 years ago, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Anyway, these are our candidates for who we're doing here. These are your beast-like, beast-type servants that we are going to be working with. Now, I will say, the power level on this one is a little bit skewed. Primarily because Vargas is kind of the one who is the most likely to win, right? Vargas, I'd say, of these is the strongest
Meanwhile,
servant.
I got back into Final Fantasy 14 after a short break of 5 years.
Hell yeah. I think Vargas is kind of like a deep, probably solid unit. Daikokuten might be scary, only if Daikokuten can go for a long time without getting in any fights. This is definitely a character that the longer that they are left alone, the more likely their chances of victory go up, because this is 100% a prep time character. Yeah, this isn't Lost Belt Vargas. This is Vargas from Chaldea, so she's not like super juiced. Yeah, no. If this was proper Fae Vargas, then it's a no contest. She just wins. Because we saw what she did to Tristan, and Tristan could wipe the floor with most of these characters. Other characters to be on the lookout for? Bishone. Bishone doesn't have to win many of her fights. Bishone just needs to make hits and get out because she's all about that poison. And then Kijo Koyo is a motherfucking T-Rex, so you know. We'll work with that. But first, we need to decide our masters. Let's see Vargas' master. Alright, Vargas has a man. Adelante has... better be a girl. Okay. Adelante's got a woman. That immediately clears one potential hurdle. Bishone. Has a man. Daikokuten. Oh god, if it's a man. Ooh. Okay. Daikokuten has a man. Oh, sorry, I added the secret third gender here. Well, I guess I need to do this anyway. Are you male, female, or Bishone? It's a very lucky master. Charge of Daikokuten. Bishone fluid. Dobrynia. Sabrina's got a girl. Huyen Zhou. Has a man. Male, female, or magically enhanced gorilla. A lot of guys this time. Statistically, this should be a woman. Yeah. Morning. And Koyo has a woman. Alright, let's now roll. Oh, if you guys want to see something I was looking at really quick before stream started. So here's the cards in that box I couldn't get. I want you guys to look at the price for not even like a super duper rare, just the normal prismatic Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is approximately $500. Anyway, let's do this. What? Where's the... It didn't clone... Oh, it's being stupid. One sec. I am once again asking my chat against my better judgment, what traits would you like to add? Define Craven. I see. We already have Cowardly, which is the same thing. We have plenty of hater traits. Does Bao even know any of magical enhancement skills? Abusive? Abusive is good. That's actually a really good one. Sixth grade syndrome. No. We have masochistic. I'm not adding furry. Do we have masochistic? Oh, we don't. I'll add both. Super get no. Asthmatic, no. Since it's breast allergic. Down bad, no. You got how many people? Child master, that's a thing. I'm pretty sure is still in here. Yeah, child is a thing. Or how many people just want me to have it so they fuck their servants? God damn it! So many of these have just been sex, servant, sex, horny for servant, furry. They want to fuck their servant. Has sex with servant, please. Sex servant, please. I want to sex servant. Servant sex, please. I beg you, please sex on the servant.
Have you met your chat?
But can we sex the servant though? Dick wizard victim. All of you. I'm getting another beer.
Animal hater.
We have that. Notably, we've had that before. Alright. Autism. No, okay, I'm still rolling the wheel. Vargas has a nihilistic person. Famously, nihilists don't do very well in this game. Okay, anemic. We currently have a doomer. And a former master. Okay. A nihilistic... Okay, nihilistic former master makes sense. And then being anemic is just an extra little bit of sauce. Okay. Interesting. Let's move on to Atalanta. Imagine Atalanta gets a child as her master. Fuck. Uh-oh. Maybe this can work. A pacifism is a... That just... Okay. Pacifist just means that the master themselves will not attack people. Well, we got 2 other traits to roll, so maybe some shit's gonna come up. Okay. Pacifist. Selfish. Oh. Pacifist does not mean harmless, but this is... Oh, God. Atalante, known woman, has the selfish misogynist who's pacifistic in the Holy Grail War. Why are you participating? Who is bro? It is all female servants. I didn't even notice that. It's all women in this war. Women can't fight is all the master. Oh God, she's one of those. This is for Bishone. Okay, Bishone with the Clock Tower Mage. Interesting. That's a good one to have. That's a really good one to have. Manipulative.
Perma sexist buff.
Here's the thing. I feel like being a Clock Tower Mage and being manipulative kind of goes hand in hand, so I think that's fine. More of an exacerbated trait then. Anyone die yet? We just started. Alright, last trait. This could make or break this.
Oops, women.
A manipulative paranoid. Okay, again, weirdly enough, this is just a Clock Tower Mage. This is kind of like just how they are, so maybe this one's not so bad. Yeah, so far this is just someone who's actually like a normal Clock Tower Mage. Okay. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because normally if you're this guy, then you die in the first act of like of the anime. All right, Daikokuten's master. Oh, fuck. Literally, it's so Daikokutover. It's Daikokutover, man. This guy hates Zootopia. Yeah, this guy's about to have a horrible time. Okay. On Daikokuten, the one that reproduces endlessly. Hold on. Clock Tower Mage. There's 2 Clock Tower Mages here. I was gonna say, if it lands on Brave, then we can work with this. Clock Tower Mage, maybe they can trick themselves with some spell, but who's to say? And last... Okay, hold on. Maybe...
Gonna do President of Water on stream.
We will. We'll do President of Water on stream, just not today. Maybe they're okay. They're terrified, but they're standing their ground. I think that this kind of counteracts this to a degree. I think that if Daikokuten's left alone for too long, this dude's gonna have a mental breakdown because they're just gonna keep reproducing.
This master plans to purge all liminals.
And I think that if he ends up fighting Koyo, he's going to freak the fuck out. The others I think he can deal with, but I think Dabi and Koyo are probably his biggest enemies. Speaking of, it's Dabi time.
They fear the animals, but he still wants his wish at all costs. That's respectable.
Right. Well, he didn't know he was getting into the animal Holy Grail war. Oh, Dabi's gonna hate this guy. Risk Taker. Okay. Hate this girl, actually. A criminal risk taker, okay. This is Koyan? So far, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, she's a real deal risk taker. Okay. Double it up. Pass it to the next person. Oh, it's me again. This is a one-man circle. Oh. I spelled sadist wrong. It is Koyan. This is just Koyan. Koyan summoned Dabi. This is literally just Koyanskaya. Minor spelling mistake. I'm gonna go kill myself now. Black Sabbath. Okay.
Call a plushie. Koyan's here.
Their name is Koyaskaya. Their master, I'm deciding it. Their master's name is Koyaskaya. Fucky wucky there. Oopsies. Now for Huyan Joe's.
Police. There are 4 of us and only 1 of you. Criminal, you like those and...
Right. Ooh, Alice Academy means they have a doohickey. Okay, Atlas Academy it's a good one to have. Oh no. This is literally the worst thing that you could have if you're gonna have Huiyan Zhou as your fucking servant. Aside from it just saying bandit, like, I don't know. Well, she worked with criminals. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it'll bring her back to an old time. An Atlas Academy criminal, though, is you gotta watch out for that person.
Phone.
I think we found out why they're a criminal, chat. I think we found out why they're a criminal.
Atlas Academy criminal? Does he create snooks and use them?
He does something worse. Alright, and Kijo Koyo. Last but not least. Oh, is that one always? I have no idea. This isn't. Nothing is weighted. All of this is the same. Virtuous. Okay, that's not bad. A very saintly-like figure. Maybe a little bit too saintly. Okay, he's snobbish. Or, sorry, she's snobbish. The virtuous snob. Okay. Chaotic good, I guess. You ever seen that thing where it's just like, where someone was fucking with the alignments of like chaotic? It was chaotic lawful. They follow a doctrine, but no one knows what it is. I feel like that's what this person's doing. Yeah, they
This dude is literally Dexter.
Yeah, they exclusively hunt down bad people and kill them, which means possibly this person here is tracking down Huiyan Zhou's person, or maybe both Huiyan Zhou and Dabi's person. Yeah, she's here on a bounty for these two. She's a bounty hunter. There you go. She's a bounty hunter, but well, no, bounty hunter's its own thing. She's a serial killer who exclusively hunts down terrible people. But she's kind of a bitch.
She summoned Berserker. She's crazy.
Yeah, she seems kind of cray-cray. All right, let's go for some names. So for Bargy, we have the nihilistic anemic former master. So I'm assuming this is probably an older guy. If he lived through a Holy Grail War before. What's a good older man name? You know what? I've got it. This is Vincent. This is Vincent Fullheart. Alright, the misogynistic, selfish pacifist. That's a Gretchen, if I've ever seen one. That's a Gretchen if I've ever seen one. That's a Gretchen Aaroncroft. Alright. A manipulative, paranoid clock tower mage. This is just a normal guy. This is John Johnson from the clock tower. Alright. The zoophobic yet resolute clock tower mage. You know what name I really like? I have a D&D character who I'm naming this. I'm going to spell this wrong. I really like the name Absalom. I have a what is it called, a Warforged character named Absalom that I'm going to be working with in a future campaign. That's a good name. A lot more people need to take from the Amish and take those names. They got a good naming convention. I know they sound old, but those names are good. Those are good names. There's a reason they've lasted 2,000 years.
The invisible guy from One Piece that leaked name.
Like the perv in One Piece? I don't know One Piece, so I don't know. I know Absalom because I grew up in an area with a lot of Amish people. Amish and what? Maybe someone who's an American can tell me. What's the thing that's like Amish but not Amish? I can't remember what the term for it is, but it's the Amish people who do use technology. There's like a different thing. Pagans? No, not even remotely the same. This is Absalom Vanderhoof. The Scottish? No, it's not the Protestant. They're called something. That's like a niche of a niche top. It is. I'm looking it up. This is important to me. I had a teacher who was one of these. Mennonites. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, Mennonites. I grew up in an area with a lot of Mennonites and Amish people. Yeah, Mennonites. Oh, we have Koya. We have Koya Skaya. The Atlas Academy criminal pedophile. Also, yeah, you spelled Menontize. Thought Mannonite was an angel. He probably is. No, we're not calling him Epstein. It's not happening. That's giving that fucking freak too much credit. Sounds like a Gavin to me. You know what? It's fucked up that you say that. I knew 2 Gavins growing up. One of them was cool, and the other one, the last time I saw him, he was high off his mind, and I think he got killed by being hit by a truck. Fuck that guy. That guy was an asshole, by the way. He deserved it if he did get hit by a truck. This is Gavin Lee. That's dark? Fuck that guy. If you give him that name, he would win, and that wouldn't be good. I mean, Alright. The virtuous snob serial killer. What's a good vigilante serial killer name? A vigilante serial killer. Guys, this is a woman. I understand that reading is not, like, reading comprehension is not, like, the forte of the average Fate fan, but it does say female on this. You know what? I like the name Xena. Xena Ukla. You know what? It's Xena with an X. Like the warrior princess? Yes. Actually, that is what I was thinking of. Is that Xena? That's Xena with an E, not an I. But yeah, same thing. With her chakram. Alright. One I spell like the warrior princes? Well, because it's a princess. But also, because I'm different and cool like that. Let's get into it, fellas. We're gonna be here for a minute. Let the war begin. This is a bad start for Daikokuten. Okay. Daikokuten is definitely one that needs prep time. And if they get jumped, there's a high chance they just get fucked up. Perfect. Daikokuten gets the prep time they need. They're good. They're chilling. Okay. They're spending time. They're proving to their master that even though they are rats, they're fine. They're currently rat manipulating. And he's a clock tower mate, so he's probably doing what he can to, like, help. Like, I'm kind of confused, but alright. Next fight. Okay, Huyan Zhou and Gavin Lee encounter.
Hu Yanzhou. Hu Yanzhou and her Vargas master.
Daikokuten and Absalon Vanderhoof. Okay. Look at these traits. It's an Atlas Academy criminal. This person has no morals. Well, they had prep time. They had a little bit, but not a lot. And this guy... Okay, of the ones that he can run into... Honestly, Huyan Zhou is probably the best one because that is the least animal presenting of the beast characters, right? Like, Huyan Zhou's got a hoof. And I suppose a horse when she summons it, but otherwise not so much. Would these two be able to form an alliance or would they fight? I'm leaning that they definitely have a higher chance of fighting, so I'm going to give this probably a 4. A 1 in 4 chance. Yeah, that's a fight. Alright. Huyan Zhou versus a Daikokuten with not much prep time. I think this goes to Huyan Zhou's master. It's got to, right? Like, Clock Tower Mage is cool and all, but one of these guys is someone who locks themselves in a classroom and studies, and the other one is an active criminal, right? And also, Huyan Zhou doesn't need prep time to be a fucking menace.
Huyan win.
Huyan Zhou is gonna probably run over Daikokuten pretty steadily, But Daikokuten's also more of a supporty character for the most part. Like, they can cause problems. Weirdly, a part of me wants to think, can the Huyanzhou manipulate somebody like... Can the Daikokuten manipulate somebody like Huyanzhou?
Didn't Liz beat Huyanzhou 2 dears?
Right.
Daiko might run given it so early in the war.
I think that they would run. I think that they would definitely run. So I'm going to give this a... I don't think that anyone's going to do anything extreme in this because it's a first encounter. I'm going to say it's probably... Because there's so many Daikokuten, there's probably a better chance of escape. If it lands on Dai, it means they caught the master.
Can the Reds trash talk?
Wow. And just like that, Daikokuten, honestly, okay, admittedly, Daikokuten is the weakest in this group. Is the weakest in this group. But yeah, that means that the Daikokuten themselves couldn't protect the master, and the master got caught in the escape. Crazy. Okay. R.I.P. Rats. That's a really fat. Absolutely washed. That's crazy. Damn. Okay, Vargas. Vargas is a good one. Daikokuten was probably the weakest of this group anyway, so I guess it makes sense.
But will Huyanzhou cry for killing rats?
I don't think so. Bishone versus Vargas. Vargas has a former master, which is really useful, but they're also anemic and nihilistic. Meanwhile, Bishone has a normal, just a normal guy. How well does Vargas hold up against poisons? I think that's one of the... So, poison is an interesting thing because it's a great equalizer, right? For the most part, no matter how big you are, how strong you are, how much you've trained, how much you've studied in your art, your martial art, poison is something that affects all of us about equally, right? And her being the culmination of a number of unnamed dragons. Yeah, poison is it's one of those things that is going to be difficult to deal with. But, okay, would these two potentially get along? I'd assume that somebody like Vargas is not necessarily neither Vargas nor Bishone are warmongers, right?
Is poison similar to
two,
curses we know Bergi could succumb to it?
These are two people who I feel like have a higher... I'd say a pretty 50-50 on whether or not they would get along or not. Let's run it. Maybe it's the paranoia from the Clock Tower Mage. Maybe it is the former master having seen this before. Who's to say?
Yes, violence.
But they're just like, all right, we're running it. So the obvious one here would be that somebody like Vargas outpaces... sorry, I'm exhausted. Outpaces somebody like Bishone pretty severely, right? The thing is, though, is that Vargas does prefer a more grindy, long-term fight if she can, because she can outlast most people. The issue with that is that so does Bishone, because everything Bishone does includes poison. So they're going to trade blows pretty badly, and Bishone is probably going to get beat up pretty rough. But Bargy is also going to get pretty like hampered down by all of this poison. Mind you, Bargy has the ability to eat other people's abilities. And Bargy does have heals, so she can, like, if she's left alone long enough, she could recover. But in the moment, those poisons are going to weigh you down. Yeah, I honestly, this is weirdly an even fight. If it's a war of attrition, I think Bishone probably actually pulls out for a bit. But Bargy has so... It's like... How do you want to explain it? It's like having a train fight a machine designed to eat trains. But Bargy's like a really big train. I think this is relative...
Where are they fighting? City or grass field? Can Vargas burn?
No, we're in a city area, a residential area. I'm gonna say this is also a pretty high chance of... You know, I don't even know if I'm gonna spin the wheel. I think they just both... I think they both eventually... Well, let me do this. Oh yeah. They get away. They both get away. They're both a little bit worse for wear. Bargy's a little bit poisoned, which will carry over into whatever the next fight is if she has one like immediately after. And Bishone's a bit damaged, but Bishone's also like really hardy, so you know. I'd say that's a decent stalemate. Okay, Dobby. Bishone. I'm gonna be honest with you, fellas. I don't think Dobby's Master's doing an alliance. I would roll the alliance wheel, but I don't think they're doing the alliance. Just looking at her master, it's a pretty hard one to justify them being like, yeah, let's get along, right? The double risk taker criminal sadist, they're gonna jump you on sight to torture you. And yes, Dobby is Dobrynya Nikitich. I think Bishone, well... Yeah, that's a pretty on-site one, I would agree. I think that Bishone's master, who's paranoid, may see this group coming and try to enhance an escape plan. I think that he's going to burn a command seal to try and escape. Uh-oh. Here comes a new challenger. Oh, shit. As Dabi attempts to take down Bishone, as the master tries to get out of this situation, a third person shows up, and it's Huyenjo. Now, Huyenjo is the Atlas Academy criminal. So far, there have been no children present, so this is not. Yeah, Huyen coming with the steel chair. So, like, this is like it's a dead attribute assigned to them, aside from it being why Koyo's master is hunting them down. But now there's a third person involved, which weirdly enough, I think that gives Bishone a decent advantage, because fighting on two fronts isn't good. But when you're the person whose whole deal is that you sit from the sidelines and try and manipulate the fight by slowly jabbing at people and
it would
wearing
be
them
funny
down.
if Koyo's master never found Dabi's master.
Right. Just come across the corpse and be like, I'm an empath, something terrible happened here. I think that the Dabi Koyaskaya duo is pretty strong. Dabi herself is relatively virtuous. Like, she's not a bandit by any stretch of the imagination. She is a giant, though. If we're going off of the actual character of her being Dobrynya Nikitich's wife, she is a giant, so her morals are a little bit inhuman. What the fuck are my horns? I think that I think this is a pretty decent skirmish. Does? It's relatively even. I think Bishone gets in some good jabs into both Dabi and Huyan. Huyan is holding her own. Dabi has the ability of flight, which is really useful in avoiding a lot of this. I think in this situation we see Gavin Lee whip out the doohickey. Some form of apocalyptic device that can get him out of this situation. Does Huyan try to alliance with... No, there's a fight going on, and Huyan, I feel like, is in the same boat as Dabi's master, where it's just like, it's on sight. Fuck these people. I'm here to kill.
Yay!
Emery Pop 109, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope that you enjoy your stay. Alright, we're gonna do a doohickey check. Let's find out. Doesn't work. The doohickey did not work in this instance. Adelante's out here doing her best to just be like, could you shut the fuck up? These never work. They do. I'm pretty sure a doohickey killed somebody in the last one. What's this music? So here's how I think this fight goes. I think that, you know what? I think we see Little Miss Double Risk Taker here. I think is going to try and fully... She sees an opportunity. I think that she tries to fully juice a noble phantasm. I had somebody complain that command seals are not just noble phantasms. You know what? To that person, hey man, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've just been using it like that because it's an easy way to gauge it. But I'm going to say that this is one where they're enhancing it because they're like, I need this to hit, and if we're going to take the big risk, if you can land this, there's a high chance you damage everyone in this area, and we can fuck them up. Does it work? In fact, give it a 1 and 4. Wait, hold on, pause. No, we're going to do that different. Hits Huyan. I think counting command seals as tokens for big NPs or get the hell out now action is good for balance. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, it hits Huyan. That's a rough one to get hit by. I mean, it's just to make sure that people don't, like... The reason I was kind of thinking like that is because otherwise some people can fire off their NP repeatedly, which is, like, not that fun if it's just like, Gil uses his NP, Gil uses his NP, Gil uses his NP. It's like, okay, he won. Well, it hits Huyan. Does it kill Huyan Joe? Oops. Okay, she didn't die, but she got pretty fucking lit by that shit. And I think that that's going to prompt a retreat from the Huyan Joe faction. Which means now we have Bishone fighting the coin. Okay, Huyan Joe showed up, got NP, was like, oh fuck, and left. And I'm actually going to write on here. Badly injured. And so in that calamity, could Bishone escape? Well, that's all happening. Oh, she's having a bad day. Okay. So they stay and they still fight. Yeah, that dragon's not letting you go anytime soon. I guess it's fitting because she's a sadist. So she wants to play with her food a little bit. I think at this point, Bishone is a little bit worn out. Because he had to fight before. I think that we see a juiced Noble Phantasm to try and drive him away. Let's go. Ooh. This is not one you want to get hit by. Okay. Bishone becomes a dragon and bites the shit out of Who out of Dabi's master, Koyaskaya, will it kill That's a direct hit from a noble phantasm on a human. I'm gonna give it the old 50-50, live or die. The wheel has deigned that somehow they lived. But I'm going to say that they lived because they got hit, and Dabi immediately swooped down, grabbed the master, and bailed. But Gavin Lee is... Sorry, Koyaskaya is... I'm going to say they're near death. If they get jumped on the retreat, they're very, very likely to die. Also, she's poisoned. She's hella poisoned. Which I think means that we're going to have to roll, because Dabi does not have any fucking medical skills. Every turn we're going to roll a succumbs to poison check on them. Alright, next fight. Leave this girl alone. Unless it's Dabi. It is Dabi. Dabi's like, we're not done. I didn't hear no fucking bell.
Ah yes, I can't wait to hear the Minecraft poison sound.
Okay, she's okay for now. Unfortunately, they're in a really bad spot, and I don't know how conscious they are. And I think that in their current state, I'm thinking that Bishone's master is just like, we need to kill this bitch now. And I think Bishone has the advantage here. So do they manage it?
Whenever you say Dabi, I think of the one from Harry Potter.
I will forever say Dabi. Do they get it? Out of the running. They succumb to the poison. It's too much. Sorry, Plush. Koyaskaya is out of here. Not getting a buff and not getting a win in this Holy Grail war. I hate to tell you. Now, can we get another fight where we don't have Bishone? Adelante's like, fucking finally. She could be scouting the area, though. Being like, I think I found them. Oh my god. I did see First Emperor got buffed. I think Bishone dies. Yeah, this has been the entire lobby running Bishone's pockets. They managed to get a kill off. Like, this is verifying to this dude, fucking John Johnson, that he's completely in the right for being paranoid. But, pause. This was...
The counter force won't be so dead.
This was Adelante meeting with this person. John Johnson's a man. I'm going to say it's a 50-50 on whether an alliance works. Okay. It would otherwise be a 2 in favor, but I think the misogyny is going to be like, I'm not teaming up with another woman. Why align with a near-dead servant? Well, because they just saw them kill another servant. And also, the fight may not be worth it. Well, Adelante can probably outrange and outpace somebody like Bichone. Adelante is someone who'd suffer from the poison way more than somebody like Dabi, right? Like, a lot of that poison you can imagine is being hit into the dragon. Adelante getting poisoned is in a way worse spot because she relies on her speed, and poison like that is going to cause you to stutter and get fucked up. So I'm going to say these two currently have a very uneasy alliance, but an alliance regardless. This Kichikoya is just doing her own thing. You'll get Bargy. What Bargy be doing? Vargas and Huyan Joe. Huyan Joe got pretty fucked up. I think Huyan dies here. This is a meme fight. Yeah, this is the Klidge community meme fight. Yeah, Dynamom is just having a grand old time not getting involved in any of this shit. I think Bargy wins this. I mean, Huyan's master is functionally dead, and here's the thing. This is gonna sound weird. I imagine. Oh no, never mind. Huyan Joe is pretty damaged. I imagine that. Ooh. Vargas can probably smell the evil intent on somebody like Gavin Lee. So I think she's gonna fight hard because Bargy is at her core like a good person. Yeah, I don't think that Vargas. I think that Vargas could smell the crime and be like, I'm gonna kill this person. But this is an Atlas Academy person. We have to check. Doohickey proc. Maybe he would use the heal. Would this guy use a heal on his own servant? Maybe. Let's see. Even adding more things for it to more likely hit, it didn't. Miss. Doohickey moment misses. I think he would consume a command. He would probably, for how in her current state, he probably needs command to get two, clear the poison, and then also do the other thing. Oop, wrong person. But even then, I think Vargas still has the advantage. You're typing on Duver's corpse? Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit drinking. I think Bargy has the advantage. I don't think it's an instant kill though, but I think there is an advantage here. Also, these two would not align with each other. Let's see. that horse is fast as fuck. They managed to get on it and get out of there. Yeah, here's the thing. There is a high chance that Huyen would... If he uses this last command seal, there's a high chance that Huyen would just kill this guy. Alright, Bishona, you had your fucking moment of peace. Get back in here. Can someone physically kill Vargas here? Kijo Koyo could. Adelante maybe could, and Bishone probably could. Huyen Zhou. Here, okay, you know what I think this is? This looks like an ambush attempt. This is them hunting down this person who they know fucked them up, and now they're like, we're gonna get him. Unfortunately, they leap out to get it, and the horse is too fast and they miss. But now they're just engaged in a normal fight. Okay. Injured Huyen, well, injured... Not really anymore, but I'd say worn out Huyen Zhou versus worn out Bishone. I think that John Johnson is going to use one of these to heal Bishone or like restore their vigor. Seeing the situation now that the ambush failed, like I need to do this. Even if that feels a bit too preemptive, that feels like a very paranoid thing. And then saying you better kill them or else something bad's going to happen. We need to get this shit done. So now they're fighting. I don't think that we get another doohickey check out of Huyen Zhou's master. I think that he's seen his shit fail twice now, and it's just like I don't believe in this, right? I don't want to run the risk of this something bad's happening. We need to get the fuck out of here. Would this person, seeing that they are losing or more than likely to lose, try and get a juice Noble Phantasm to kill them? I think so. Ugh. Let's go. Somehow, maybe through the poison that's inside of her because of this fight, the Noble Phantasm functionally implodes within her, and Huyen Zhou collapses. I mean, we can roll a survive or die. I think we have to juice die a little bit. Mood down. She's gone. She succumbs to the poison. Huyen Zhou's out. That's one channel meme dead, fellas. We got one left. Yeah, fucking Kijo Koyo.
Someone called her fat while she was charging her MP.
Kijo Koyo has hella prep time right now. Okay, we got Bargy. Bishone needs a rest. I think if this is a fight with Bishone, I think that she dies. Okay, Bargy prep time. Got it. Okay, Bargy is out here chilling. She's recovering from her wounds. She's gonna be in good shape.
Yay!
Finally. Kijo Koyo steps up to the plate. Mama Lover 13, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. Watch this land on Koyo again and then not do anything. Vargas' encounter with Kijo Koyo, the serial killer snob who's virtuous. These two might get along. I think that Bargy could smell the blood on Xena here. It is probably intimidated by the T-Rex, but I think that puts both on guard. I think that what we see, I think that we have Xena approach somebody like Vincent and be like, "Have you seen this man?" And then shows a picture of Gavin Lee, and he's just like, "Yeah, actually, we just saw him and he ran off that way. Also, what the fuck are you doing talking to me?" Would these two leave each other alone, or would they form an alliance? You can tell I've been drinking because shit's been fucking. I think separate ways is an interesting decision for this one, just because I feel like there is a chance that him being a former master is just like, we don't want to pick this fight right now. Vargas is strong, but I don't think that we want to pick this fight. And the other, like, they approach and they're clearly not that hostile. They're like, "Have you seen this person?" And then they're just like, "Yeah, he went that way." And they're like, "All right, cool, be on our way then." If they're showing up and they're not showing hostility and just leaving, I feel like that's an interesting thing to have happen. Okay, Vargas is back. If it's Koyo again, imagine. Oh my god. As they are, I changed my mind, let's fight. That's kind of what this is. I think that what happens here is as they're walking away, Xena pauses and looks back and talks and asks this guy, "Hey, Vincent." And he's just like, "How do you know my name?" "Yeah, I've heard about you. You participated in a Holy Grail war some 20 odd years ago, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, maybe I did, maybe I didn't." And Xena's just like, "What have you been up to since then?" It's like, "Well, not a lot of good stuff. Not much has been happening as of late. Nothing good anyway." She's like, "Is that right? Is that right?" And I think that maybe Xena is detecting that this guy has blood on his hands and therefore maybe a mark for her. And so a fight begins. How well could a slightly injured Bargy fight a T-Rex? A T-Rex demon, no less. This is Koyan. Sorry, this is Koyo, who is in. She is full prep time, all the prep time possible. She has Himiko blessings on her. She got Himiko blessings on fucking her master. Not Himiko, what are they called? Miko. They got Miko blessings on her. Miko blessings on her master. She got demon energy coming out of the ass. Vargas could devour magical energy to heal. But Vargas is injured and poisoned. I think that this actually is in the favor of Kijo Koyo. But I also think that this is a pretty solid one where people could like actually like escape. I don't think either of these two are going to be like fighting to the death, like death right now. Fight goes on. I think it's kind of a stalemate again. Well, we got to pick. There's no escaping. A fully juiced Kijo Koyo has picked up Vargas in her mouth and is shaking her violently and throws her. Here's the thing. I think that Kijo Koyo could probably, in a way, make it get. I think that they could get the servant distracted. They get Vargas distracted, and in the meantime, we see the master, Koyo's master, sneak up and try and kill Vincent. Does that work? Let's go. Ooh. All right. She almost gets him, and he sees what's coming, and he's just like, we're getting out of here. I think he burns a command spell to get out of this. It's like, Vargas to me, and then she comes over, grabs him, and they just bail. Yeah, that's that master experience kicking in. Alright. I'm liking this pair. I don't want to lose another favorite. Never get invested in any of these characters because they will die. For example, here's Vargas again. Vargas and Bishone. Wait, these two have an alliance, don't they? Vargas and Bishone have an alliance. Never get invested in any of these characters because they will die. A true guide for Darkest Dungeon. It's one of my favorite games. No? Who had the alliance? That was with Atalanta? Was it? Yeah, well, it was Atalanta and Bishone. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Did I spell Gretchen wrong? I did. Okay. Well, Bishone is still a little bit worse for wear. I think that in this fight, Vargas has the advantage. They're both pretty injured, but if they fight... Okay. No, they would end up fighting. Bishone is out for blood right now. Especially with how paranoid this dude is. Yeah, this guy's gonna be like, oh, we need to kill this guy right now. That's probably that's a saber. They're the strongest servants. He's gonna be like, we need to kill that one. And so here's what I think they do. I think that upon seeing the Vargas appear one last time, Bishone's master's just like, we need. Well, hold on. Would he use a command spell because he's paranoid? We're gonna roll for it. He's paranoid, so he might think that he's going to get betrayed if he tries to do this. No. So a weaker form of... So he's going to have a weaker attack end up going. Like, alright, go get him. And I think on that one-on-one is kind of a stalemate, unfortunately. I think that Vargas can overpower, but I think that, unfortunately, there's no clear winner here. Vargas is going to get poisoned, and Bishon is going to get the hell beaten out of her. So let's roll in a escape. Escape. Stay and fight. Die. Encounter. No, stay and fight doesn't make sense here. Oh, sorry, die doesn't make any sense here. Die is stay and fight. Okay, encounter. We roll the wheel until a new person shows up. Oh, here, we can just, there we go. Do it like this. Oh, shit. Vargas tried to escape, and Kijo Koyo came running back in. I'm going to say that Kijo Koyo gets a command grab on someone on this. We see fucking Xena riding Koyo, and Koyo immediately goes to grab one person. Who does Koyo grab? Yeah. That's, I'm in his favor. I'm gonna burn a command seal and see if he can't have Bargy come and grab him and save his ass. I think I have to favor that he dies because he's getting bit by Kijo Koyo. Yeah, the anemic old man. He's even if he survived, he was not long for this world. Die. I'm gonna say he does one last thing before he dies. I think that he's going to say, as a former master, he knows how this goes, and maybe he saw someone do it in the last one. He says, Vargas, kill everyone in this area before you die. And Vargas, being Vargas, could pull it off. So let's see what she gets. I'm going to put 2 no ones. Bishone. Bishone's master. Koyo. Koyo's master. Or everyone. Let's throw a wild card in there. Oh, that seems fitting. Bargy, with the full might of the Black Dog, brings her sword down on Koyo's master, Mind you, Koyo's master is riding Kijo Koyo. Here's the thing. I don't think Koyo's master dies because Koyo's master has a shit ton of blessings from Koyo, who is a shrine maiden. Got the Miko thing going on. Either they survive, they escape, or they die. Okay, they escape. If they survive, they would have to continue fighting Bishone. If they escape, they don't. If they die, they die. So Bargy is out of the running, burnt herself out. But Bishone Koyo's master is very injured right now. Let's roll it. Adelante's had one fight. Yeah, here she comes. There's a high chance that if she shows up and it's Koyo, I would assume that she's just going to snipe Koyo. Or Koyo's master. She still doesn't get a fight. She's just doing her own thing. Continued prep time. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Dynamom can heal Koyo, or can heal her master, which is why I'm not that concerned about them if they have enough prep time. I would say even like with that little Adelante prep time, they're already healing each other. But Bishone's just like, they're weak, we can get to them. I think that we see... God, would a snob accept healing from a dinosaur? Or would they turn their nose to it? Probably. They are in pretty bad straits, so maybe. It is their servant, it is their servant. That's a good point. If they're virtuous, they are virtuous, they might be like, yeah, get it done. I think we're going to eat a command spell here for a bigger heal, and then this person gets, now it's just... stay lightly injured. And now we fight Kijo Koyo versus Bishone. And while you guys ponder that fight, I'm gonna go take a piss. Legs are fucked up. It's kind of even leaning more towards Bishone, but if we consider that Koyo can heal the poison from Bishone, she has an edge. She can, but much like with Vargas, who could have also healed the poison from Bishone, that's not something that happens immediately. Poison like this sticks with you. There's a process to getting rid of it. It doesn't just magically vanish. I want the dino to die. I mean, well, I don't have some cleansing so that counters some of the poison. Yeah, the rats did die first, which is such a shame because if they were having the treatment that fucking Koyo had, they would have won the whole thing. I think I'm leaning more towards this being a pretty even fight. John Johnson does have a command spell. But he didn't use it before. I don't think he'd use it now. I think that to try and cinch out a victory, we see a potential big Koyo juice Noble Phantasm happen. Let's see. The dino with prep time keeps fucking winning. Can be Shone get out of this? Let's find out. Fellas, it's down to one last encounter. I would roll this wheel, except I don't think that we need to. Knowing that they had an alliance, there's a high chance that Adelante was watching this from afar. The problem being, I don't think Adelante's master would have agreed to step in and intervene. They're both pacifistic. They don't want to fight, which is, it's like, I'm thinking about it now. There is a level of irony to the fact that the person who's a pacifist has had like no fights this entire time. Interesting how the wheel works like that. And they're selfish, meaning that they are not going to, they weren't going to engage in that fight because they didn't need to, and they're misogynistic because like we're not fucking with Bishone of all people. I'm gonna say what we end up seeing here is an immediate juiced Noble Phantasm attempt from them after the victory. I'd say by now a lot of their buffs have kind of gone away because they've been fighting for a while.
Bing boom bum boom.
And they still somehow evaded a rain of arrows. And now they know where they are. Junk, I gotta be honest with you, brother. I cannot take what you say seriously right now because you have been decrying the existence of this dinosaur since they killed Vincent. The Dino Mom stonks are on the rise. I think that this happens and we see an engagement happen. The problem is, well, for one, does the misogyny override the fact that the final duo is two girls? Does that override her pacifism? I think that making it to the end like this, they're kind of like, fuck. somebody like Adelante outpaces somebody like Koyo pretty heavily, with the unfortunate addition being that if Koyo manages to land just one hit on fucking Adelante, it's over, right? I think... I think that we see another... a boost to agility from Gretchen to her. Yeah, I think that we see that. And we see her try and go for the master. I'm gonna give it a 50-50, success or failure. I think Adelante is able to outpace and get to Xena and put a couple of arrows in her before someone like Koyo can react. Now, does this kill Xena? Roll the wheel. All right. I would say the speed is the big deciding factor there. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your winner. Outpaced, unfortunately. I'd say weirdly enough, the passive thing worked to the end because she just did not fight fucking anybody. The least deserved Grail War win ever. I mean, she literally won by doing nothing. Literally wins by doing nothing. Some fucking serial killer. Xena killed a man with a T-Rex. Xena killed 2 people with a fucking T-Rex. What do you mean? Yeah, the great, amazing shit all around. Fantastic. This would be so anticlimactic as an anime, man. Oh, 100%. Which is why this isn't an anime. It's why it's a fucking randomly chosen simulator. It's a little bit anticlimactic for this to be the finale. This is how this wins. Is some pacifist bitch who didn't do shit the whole time just fucking won. She's Luigi colored. It fits. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. That is going to be the conclusion to the Holy Grail War Simulator Season 0. Tune back in. I'll keep you all posted on when Season 1
Why
comes
are
out.
you unharmed, sir?
What? Glitch, can we sex the servants now? Mods, circumcise that guy. And if he's circumcised, give him his foreskin back and then circumcise him again. But the long way. Yeah, no. Stay tuned for whenever Season 1 comes out for this. I will be trying to do more stuff with this in the future. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of a break. This was fun. We did this for, what, six weeks? Pretty good time. We're going to do a good time with it in the future, too. So be there for it. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. I will be better about making these actual videos. For now, talk to you later, fellas. Peace out. Big love. Good night.
Change the world. My God is a bad bitch. Goodbye.
Sir, Isaac, Nanomei in Niners, Hu Yanzhou, Wife Clige Borp, Clige Ha An.